The biggest lie about money isn't obvious. It's that you have time to figure it out later. You don't. And by the time most people realize that, they've already lost the one advantage that could have changed everything. By the end of this video, you'll know the money lessons that cost most people years of their life, and why learning them now could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. But first, the one nobody wants to hear. Your 20s are not for fun, they're for math. Every dollar you invest at 25 does the work of $7 at 45. That's not motivation, that's compound interest, and it doesn't care about your feelings. A 25-year-old who invests $200 a month for 10 years and then stops ends up with more money at 65 than someone who starts at 35 and invests $200 a month for 30 years straight. Read that again. 10 years of investing beats 30, because the person who started early gave their money 40 years to compound. The late starter only gave it 30. And compound interest punishes you for every year you wait. Too late. So why doesn't anyone start at 25? What are they waiting for? Because at 25, retirement feels like science fiction. You can't feel the difference between starting now and starting later, but the math can. And this is the cruelest part. Compound interest is invisible until it's too late to catch up. And this is where most people fall behind for life. Here's the second lesson nobody teaches you. Being good at your job won't make you rich. Sounds wrong. But think about it. The best teacher in your school didn't make the most money. The best nurse at the hospital isn't the highest paid. The best engineer at the company didn't build the most wealth. Because income and skill aren't the same thing. Income is about leverage, and leverage comes from systems, not effort. A software developer earning $120,000 trades hours for dollars. A developer who builds an app and sells it for $2 million trades one idea for freedom. Same skill, different game. The lesson most people learn too late is this: working harder inside someone else's system will always have a ceiling. Building your own system removes it. But here's where it gets uncomfortable. Most people know this. They've heard it 100 times, but they still don't do it. Why? Because building a system is scary. A paycheck is safe, predictable, comforting, even if it's slowly trapping you. And that brings us to the third lesson, the one that hurts the most. Your lifestyle is eating your future, not your avocado toast, not your Netflix subscription, your lifestyle. The apartment you upgraded to when you got a raise, the car you financed because everyone else had one, the vacations you put on a credit card because you deserved it. Every lifestyle upgrade is a promise to your future self that they'll keep paying for it. And they will, for decades. A $500 increase in monthly spending doesn't cost you $500 a month. Over 30 years invested instead of spent, that's over $500,000, $500,000, for a slightly bigger apartment. And you don't feel it until you do. But you'll never see it coming because it happens in slow motion, one upgrade at a time, until you wake up at 50 and realize you've been running on a treadmill for 25 years. That's lifestyle inflation, and it's the silent killer of wealth. So what's the opposite? Keeping your lifestyle flat when your income rises? Every raise, every bonus, every side income, the gap between what you earn and what you spend grows wider. That gap is your wealth engine. The rich understand this instinctively. They don't look rich. They drive boring cars. They live in the same house for 20 years because they know something most people don't. Looking wealthy and being wealthy are opposite strategies. But this isn't even the biggest lesson. There's one more, and it changes everything. Nobody will protect your money the way you will. Not your bank, not your financial advisor, not your employer, not the government. Your bank makes money when you spend. Your financial advisor makes money whether your portfolio goes up or down. Your employer will replace you the week after you leave, and the government changes tax rules whenever it's convenient for them. The moment you outsource your financial thinking, you hand over control to people whose interests don't align with yours. And that's not cynicism. That's math. The average actively managed fund charges 1% in fees. Sounds small, but over 40 years on a $500,000 portfolio, that 1% costs you over $300,000 in lost growth. $300,000. For someone to underperform the market 85% of the time, that's the cost. So what do you do instead? You learn. Not everything. Just enough. Enough to understand where your money goes. Enough to spot when someone is selling you a product disguised as advice. Enough to make your own decisions. Financial literacy is the one skill that pays you back every single day for the rest of your life, and nobody teaches it in school. Which brings us to the most painful truth of all. Debt is not a tool. It's a trap with a marketing budget. Credit card companies spend $15 billion a year telling you that debt is normal, that everyone carries a balance, that minimum payments are fine. They're not fine. They're designed to keep you paying interest for as long as possible. A $5,000 credit card balance at 22% interest, paying only the minimum, takes over 24 years to pay off, and you'll pay more than $10,000 in interest, double what you borrowed. That's not a financial product. That's a subscription to stress. And the worst part? Debt changes how you think. When you owe money, every decision runs through a filter of fear. Should I switch jobs? Can't risk it. Should I invest? Don't have enough. Should I start something? Too risky right now. Debt doesn't just take your money. It takes your options. But here's the lesson people learn latest of all. Money is not the goal. Time is. Every person who regrets their financial decisions doesn't say, "I wish I had more money." They say, "I wish I had more time." Time to be with their kids. Time to travel. Time to build something meaningful. Time to just breathe. Money buys time. That's its only real purpose. Every dollar saved is a minute of freedom. Every dollar wasted is a minute you'll work to earn again. And the cruelest irony? The years you spend chasing money are the same years your kids grow up. The same years your body is strong. The same years your ideas are fresh. You can't earn those back. Not at any price. So here's what nobody tells you until it's too late. Start before you're ready. Invest before it feels comfortable. Live below your means before life forces you to. Learn about money before someone takes yours. Every lesson in this video has one thing in common. The people who learned them early built wealth. The people who learned them late spent their lives catching up. And the hardest part isn't knowing. It's knowing and still doing nothing. And that lie? You believed it longer than you think. And by the time most people learn it, they don't have time left to use it.